From my previous video, I did a market breakdown on gold and the DXY, and I showed you guys what I was expecting gold to be doing. And today, this is on a Monday, the market opened. So today I want to do a quick market recap whereby I'll show you guys how I took this entry down here that ended up giving me about, let's see, like right now, it has given us about 185 pips. And it's still running. My target today was at 199 pips. So I want to do a quick market recap whereby I'll show you what I saw before taking this trade. Remember from the last Friday we had this big impulse move all the way down here. So I want to do a quick market recap and show you how I caught this entry, and probably if you find something like this in the market, maybe you can take advantage of it. So the first thing I did, obviously, before doing anything in the market, I try to understand what the market is doing from the bigger perspective, and having in mind that on Friday we were having this impulse move at this point. You see, from the daily time frame, the market on Friday had already given us this left shoulder at this point, then we had a right shoulder, the head at this point, then the right shoulder, then we had this big impulse move. So after having this impulse move from the daily time frame that was on Friday, I was expecting at least the market to give me a correction today from the smaller time frame before maybe it continues pushing to the downside, and exactly that's what you're seeing the market is doing at the moment. I did this analysis from the previous video, so if you didn't check it out, you can just go and look at it and look at how I saw this market from the bigger perspective. So the market opening today, so today I was expecting this market to be giving me this correction that we're having at this point, or a retracement at this point. So I want to go to the smaller time frame. And show you why I took this entry. So seeing right now, after we had that impulse move on a Friday after the NFP, we had this big impulse move at this point. Then we see the market came to this area, and we saw the market rejecting around this area. So meaning that the sell momentum has reduced at this point. So at this point, when I saw this market reacting around this area on Friday, I waited for it to open on Monday and try to see how it's reacting around this area, because if you look at this area from, again, this 4-hour time frame, you see that this is a strong support that we had, and also that is serving as the neckline of this double top that we had up here. So looking at this market behaving at this area, so I expected at least to have that little buy to maybe this area, because we have a resistance area at this point. So probably this market might be coming to test this area before it continues pushing to the downside, or it might even go up to this area, probably because this is where we have our 5061 level from the Fibonacci tools. From the Fibonacci levels, So looking at this market reacting around this area, I went to the smaller time frame, which was the 1-hour time frame, because that's normally where I try to look for my entries. And coming to this smaller time frame, this 1-hour time frame, I saw this market giving me this reversal pattern down here. You see, from the previous analysis, this is where the market was. So I was expecting that if this market gives me a sign, maybe it's reversing from this point, I could go in and take some short-term buys before the market finishes giving us this correction and continue pushing to the downside. So when I came to this 1-hour time frame, I saw this market had given me this reversal pattern down here, which was a double bottom. So after we had this impulse move from all the way down here, we came to this support area that we had at this point. The market failed to break below, and we see it started rejecting around this area, went up a little bit, then came down again and gave us this double bottom at this point. Seeing this market giving me a double bottom at this point, this was a sign for me that there may be a possibility of this market reversing to the upside, and maybe giving us some positions to take for those short-term buys. So and again going to the smaller time frame, to the 15 minutes time frame, this is what the market was giving me down here. You see, the market gave me this small impulse move at this point. After giving me this small impulse move at this point, so I expected at least the market to give me that correction. And when it's giving me that correction, that's where we ended up down here, giving me again this double bottom in this 15 minutes time frame. Then it gave me this correction, which was a bullish flag at this point. So seeing these kind of patterns, at least I had 3 reasons to go in for this entry, but still I wasn't satisfied with that. I went in further and waited for this market to break above this correction area that we are having at this point. So after breaking above this area, again I saw another pattern at this point. So if you look at this point, at least we have this inverse head and shoulder that the market had already given me at this point. You see, the market gave me this inverse head and shoulder at this point, and it broke above the neckline of this. So looking at the market like that, I decided to take my buy entry from this point, because I saw that this was a very high probability small term or short term buy opportunity for me. So I went in, I gave these signals to the free Telegram channel and also to my private mentorship members. We did a session with them before deciding to take these entries with them. So if you're in my free Telegram channel, which means you saw this entry and you already know we killed gold, beginning the week in a very bullish way, in a good way. So yeah, right now it's still running all the way up there, and I want you to see how it's reacting around this area, because after taking my entry from this point, I was expecting this area to be my first area of interest, whereby I had my first take profit one, because if you look at this area from the 1 hour time frame, even from this 15 minutes time frame, you see this key area that we have at this point, because we saw the market gave us this higher low at this point, which gave us this resistance area. So I was expecting when the market comes to this area, it should at least react around it for maybe some few minutes before it continues pushing to the upwards, and that's exactly what we're seeing the market doing at this point. Gave us this impulse move from down here. After breaking above this neckline, we took a buy there, so pushed all the way up to this area, took out our take profit one at this point. That was about 94 pips. Then after that, we see this market giving us this kind of consolidation at this point, and if you look at it, this is a bullish flag at this point. You see the market was giving us a bullish flag at this point. This is a bullish flag or a correction after that impulse move that we were having at that point. So the market gave us this impulse, this correction at this point, or a bullish flag at this point. Then after that, after a few minutes, you saw the market broke above this bullish flag that it was giving us and continue pushing to the upwards, going all the way to our take profit 2, where we had our take profit 2 all the way up here. So probably this is a key area. This is another key area that we have in at this point. So probably I'm expecting, if the market does come to this area, at least I should expect it to react around it. So I'll be looking how the market will be reacting around this area. So right now it's the Asian session. So right now the market won't be too fast. It will be a little bit slow, because during the Asian session, the gold market doesn't move as much as it does during the London and New York session. So you see at this point, the market has come all the way to this area. What is happening at this point? You see it's giving us something like a bullish flag at this point. So probably there is a possibility of it breaking, continuing to push to the upwards to retest this area before it finishes giving us this correction that we are having. So this is from the short-term perspective. I'm looking at this market from the short-term perspective. That's from today, because again, from the bigger time frames, looking at this market from the bigger time frames like the daily time frame and even the monthly time frame, still I'm expecting this market to continue selling all the way to this area down here. So my last target will be around the 2156 area, around the 2156 area. This area down here, this should be my last target if the market does break below this area, because you see, if it breaks below this area, there's a high probability it will continue pushing all the way down here, because as you can see at this point, there's nothing that is likely to stop this market from pushing to the downside. So yeah, that's how I'm looking at this market at the moment. And I told you guys, I shared these signals to my free Telegram channel. I gave them the idea on when I took the entry and how everything went, because you can see this is my free Telegram channel. This is my free Telegram channel. The guys here, they took the 8 well, you see. You see, this is where I shared the entry. I shared the entry before it started moving, and you see, this is where I shared the entry before it started moving. And right now you can see I took my entries at this point, and right now you can see still you've seen from my analysis the market is still pushing all the way, and it might go all the way to TP2, which is means at this point it only maybe it's missing TP2 with about 15 pips. And if you're a good trader at that point, maybe you should have secured your profits and waited for our next, maybe the next opportunity for you to go in. So thank you for watching, guys. This is Profit signing out. Make sure you join my Telegram channel, and if you want private mentorship, also make sure you send me a message through either my Telegram channel, my Telegram, or my WhatsApp number, so that we can do this together. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Adios.